Greetings everyone, Marvin Ford with Great American Survival. Today is a great day. Today we're going to be telling you all about the Jerry Can from Hydroblu. This is an incredible water filter that allows you to filter large quantities of water for a bigger group of people. Stick with us, we'll tell you all about it. Alright guys, we are glad to have you with us. Today is going to be an incredible time. Today we're about to head out. We're going to go spend some time with our family. We're going to go up, watch some fireworks here in a little while. Right now, the sun's starting to go down. That's what we want to see. Guys, this right here is hands down become one of the biggest staples for our camping trips that we've done. We have been using this Hydroblu Jerry Can for the past 6 months probably. And right now it's probably got about 100 gallons of water filtered through it. Now the filter life on this is good for about 250 gallons. So after you're done using it, you want to do a little back flush just to kind of knock the sediment out of it, just to keep it flowing good. But this thing works incredible. This thing was designed with the larger groups of people involved. Now this is not a backpacking, filter. This thing probably would take up most of your backpack. It has a shipping weight of just about 5 pounds, but it does come with the pump. It comes with a inline filter, and it does come with the active carbon filter. It's incredible. The amount of water that it processes is incredible. I'm going to give you a quick example of this, and all you're going to do, the only thing I will say before I do anything else, is that when you get one of these, you got to make sure that you crank down on this and get it as tight as you can, because this seal has to be pressurized, has to be able to be really tight to make it work, functions as good. And it doesn't take a whole lot. You want to fill this thing up to about 3/4 full. You don't want to fill it up full, because then you're going to pump it a lot more, because you won't be able to pressurize it because there's nowhere for the air to build up. And you don't want to do it too low, because then it'll just be that much of a problem too. Just going to pump it about 15 to 20 times. Doesn't have to be anything massive. I've already done mine a few times. You want to make sure the valve is closed, and then all you're going to do is turn this on. And as you see, that's a lot of water. Their quote is that it'll process a gallon of water in 3 minutes. I think it's probably less than that when the filter's new, or when you keep it back flushed and cleaned and usable. Works really cool. It's a great filter. We've really enjoyed using ours, and it's just been handy. There's very few places where you can take that'll filter this kind of amounts of water and do it this quickly and this productively. I love the fact that you don't have to keep filling it up. You take this down to the river. Me personally, I take both my units off, take the thing down there, dip it in the river, fill it up to about 3/4 full, and then put the filters back on later. I will say, the one thing we realized is when you're outdoors and you're camping and you're hiking with your families and you're spending time in your car camping or anything like that, a lot of people make the mistake of rinsing off their dishes and washing their dishes in a river. You don't want to do that. One, it's really bad for the environment, and two, it's also bad for you. If you're going to be filtering water to drink, you need to be filtering your water that you rinse your dishes with, because you can contaminate your dishes, and if you're rinsing them off and then you're eating off of them, you basically put everything that's on there, on your dishes without cleaning them off. And that's not good. That means it's like you've counteracted everything you've done here. It's like dipping your water filter in the water and then filtering it. There's a limit. There's ways that you're supposed to filter water, and then there's ways you're not. They do have a really cool now. I just ordered mine because I didn't get mine when I bought my filter. It has a handheld shower attachment, so you can pressurize, and as you see the water that comes out, you could wash off. But I like the idea of using it for my dishes, especially when I'm car camping. Just minor amounts. You're just rinsing it off, drying it off with a towel, letting it dry, doing things like that. But to be able to use it to take a shower and just hose off after you've been in a river, because a lot of the time you'll go places and I've seen a lot of people wash their bodies and using, they're out there with the Irish Spring and they're just swimming around in the river and they're washing off. Well, that's not good for the environment. It's bad for it. Don't get me wrong, I've done it and it feels incredible, but it's also not good. So being able to do it where you're in an area where you can just rinse off, you know, use some soap, wash your body, and use this and just kind of spigot yourself off, it's a really cool idea. I really like it. The filter itself, like I said, it has two parts. I'm going to show you. And right now I only have the one on. I don't have both. I don't have the active filter. This is the hollow membrane filter. This is incredible. This is about what you're going to need 90% of the time. But if you're in an area where you're not really sure, I do this with anything. If we go to the lake and the lake has a spigot, I run it through this. Just because I've drank water out of a lot of lakes that's not really meant for you to drink. There's spots right here is where the filter goes, the active carbon filter, and that's for if you're getting it straight out of a stream, straight out of a lake, things like that. You want to just cut down on the contamination, and you want to keep yourself from getting any more sick than any way possible. Because a lot of the time when you're dealing with lakes and streams, the water will, or even wells and fountains at some campgrounds, the water just smells eggy and just has a lot of sulfur, and it's just, you know, it's just part of being in the South if you live in the South. But I will say that there's a lot of places that that aren't like the United States. I live here in Georgia, and we take water for granted. Most places in the world, a lot of third world countries, water is something that they walk miles for or hours for just to get water that they can take home to filter to drink, and it's a shame. But companies like Hydroblu has reached out and is working on some programs. I'll tell you more about those here at the end. The cool part, one of the cool parts about the jerry can is that with the filters they use, they exceed the EPA guidelines for filtering safe water, which is just awesome. I mean, you've got to love that. But the fact that you can use this and filter such large quantities of water is what makes it so cool. The filters combined will remove chemicals, heavy metals, discoloration, bacteria, protozoa, cysts, giardia, Cristopordium, E. coli, Salmonella, and other viruses. A filter life is good for about 10,000 gallons, is what they said. And that is for the active carbon filter. That is the little filter. So it's going to last you even longer than the hollow filter. The hollow filter is only good for 250 gallons because you're processing every bit of water and not necessarily just the water that is the really dirty water. They run the heavy duty, the hollow fiber filter is about $30, and the other ones are about $15, I believe, if I remember right. Don't quote me on that. Companies like Hydroblu does a lot of support. They've helped a lot of people in other countries that need good drinking water. They've helped programs in Haiti, Puerto Rico, Nigeria, the Dominican Republic, just to name a few. Those all you can go over to the website and you can click on them and you can be supportive and actually do donations and help them out. But this right here, this could really save your life in a situation where you were a prepper or just in a bad situation. This could really save your life. Not to mention, it just makes it a lot less of a hassle to filter water. You're not using some crazy little hand pump. This thing, you fill it up, pumps out a lot of water very quickly. One thing that's really cool about the jerry can is the ability to store your filter. It just stores in here on the side, just like that. That is the active carbon filter. It's just very cool. That's the little plug that keeps it from rattling around in there. And then you just got your nice little cover that keeps it safe. Very cool, very useful. And it's just ingenious. The way they designed it, it works out really, really cool. So unlike a lot of filters, this one uses the active carbon filter, and that will eliminate 99.9999% of the contaminants that are in water. This is one of the very few companies that makes a heavy-duty two-stage filter system that makes the water taste great, the clarity, it's just incredible. And it also removes all the bacteria that you get when you're outside, when you're out in the outdoors and you get into areas where the water's not perfect. Where the water has a lot of sediment, a lot of metals, especially, look at what just happened up in Michigan last year. That kind of stuff still happens, people. That was a situation where if you had one of these, especially if you're a prepper, or anybody like that, or if you just go with groups like for bushcraft or something, or any type of outing, like we use it when we scout. because we have a bigger group of scouts, you know, and this makes it where you're filtering the water, eliminating the chance of somebody getting sick, which is what you want. But when you're going as a prepper, this would make it where no matter what, like if you had a large stockpile of water at your home, not counting bottled water, but like one of those tub filters, you could sit there and when you needed it, you know, those big ones that fill up your tub, it's like 35 gallons or whatever they are, or 55 gallons, whatever the size of your tub is. You could take that water or the water from your water heater and you can pour it into these and then filter it till it's drinkable, which is really, really cool. When we use this, we use it for filtering our water when we're getting ready to cook food, whether we're cooking pasta or whatever it is as a group. Like I said, not really geared for backpacking, but perfect for car camping, family camping, cooking with a bigger group where it's not a big deal. Because like I said, it's not that it's heavy. When it's empty, you can just throw it in the back of your truck. It's no big deal. It's pretty durable. It's taken a beating from us, and we like it. The pump is very easy to do. Our scouts have used it. They use it, and as you see, it doesn't take much, and it starts just flowing. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys are all get out there and enjoy your 4th of July, and you have a great summer, guys. Remember, products like this make it where we can get out together with our friends, our family, and just enjoy time away from technology and embrace nature and help it to improve our life and our lifestyle, improve our bonding and our fellowship and friendships with other people. And guys, products like this make it a little easier to do that. It makes it where you can process a large body of water, large quantity of water. It makes it where you can process a large quantity of water in a very quick amount of time. There's not another product that I've come across that works just like this or better than this that does such a great job. I'll put the link down below to Hydroblu. They're a great company. They've got some great products, and they do some great work throughout the world. They support a lot of countries that need help with great water, and they make products like this that make it possible for them to get it. I hope you guys will go check them out. Guys, remember, get out there, enjoy yourself, enjoy nature, be prepared, stay safe. God bless everybody. We'll see you soon.